Okay, now let us go to the next topic. This is a very important topic. It's a very technical topic. Now let us please concentrate. Now let us see the next topic, that is digital data transmission. Okay, now let us see a topic called as digital data transmission. Now if you see this particular digital data transmission, this digital data transmission is classified into two types. How many types we have, sir? We have two types. First one is called as serial transmission. Second is called as a parallel transmission. So how many types of digital data transmission we have? We have two types of digital data transmission. First one is called as a serial transmission. Second is called as a parallel transmission. So what do you mean by serial transmission? Serial transmission is nothing but, now let us understand by way of a diagram. Okay. In serial transmission, let us say I have one computer. Let us name this as S, or I can call it as a sender. And let us take another computer. I name this particular computer as receiver. Okay. Now what do I do? How many transmission lines or transmission wires I'll be having between the sender and receiver? In serial transmission, always you'll be having only one transmission line. Okay. Always in serial transmission, how many transmission lines will be having? Only one. So what is the first condition? If you want to call that as a serial transmission, if you want to call this as a serial transmission, the sender and receiver should be connected only with a single wire, single transmission wire. Okay, so this is the first condition. So what is the first condition? Always it should have only one transmission wire. What is the second condition? Okay, if I want to transmit high, I cannot transmit high directly, because H I cannot transmit directly over the wire. So what I have to do? I have to convert this high to binary. Okay, so how do I convert this into binary? For example, let us say I converted binary 101101111. Okay, so this is how I converted it. Okay. Now, how do I transmit this data from sender to receiver? Okay. Now, each particular one, or either 1 or 0, is called as bit, B-I-T. Okay. It is called as bit, not B-I-T-E. Okay. It is called as bit, B-I-T. Okay. Now, if you see how many bits I am having 8 bits. So, how do I transmit this particular data? Each bit per, let us assume, okay, let us assume per second 1 bit. Okay. So in the first second I transmit 1, in the second second I transmit again 1, in the third second I transmit 1, in the fourth second I transmit 1, in the fifth second I transmit 0, in the sixth second I transmit 1, in the seventh second I transmit 0, in the eighth second I transmit 1. Okay, so this is how the transmission will happen, okay, from sender to receiver. So what is the second condition? Second condition is nothing but you can transmit only one bit at a time. Okay, you can transmit only one bit at a time. Then only it is called as a serial transmission. If at all you want to classify a transmission as a serial transmission, it has to satisfy two conditions. First condition, okay, it should have only one transmission wire. Second condition, it can transmit only one bit at a time. Okay, so this is called as serial transmission. Now let us see, okay, however, this particular serial transmission is further divided into two types. Okay, first one is called as asynchronous transmission, second is called as synchronous transmission. That we'll see. Okay, the next topic we'll see what are the different types of serial transmission. First one is asynchronous transmission, second is called as synchronous transmission. That we'll see in the next video. But in this particular thing, serial transmission, then we'll go to parallel transmission. So what do you mean by parallel transmission? Again, let us take a sender and let us take a receiver. Sender and receiver. Okay. And how do we connect this particular sender and receiver? If you see in serial transmission, you require only one transmission medium for the purpose of transmitting the data between sender and receiver. But in parallel transmission, okay, you will be requiring multiple lines for the purpose of transmitting the data. Okay, so how many lines here I have 4 lines, 4 transmission lines. Okay, I have 4 transmission lines. Okay, so what is the difference between serial transmission and parallel transmission? In serial transmission, you have only one transmission medium for the purpose of transmitting the data. In parallel transmission, you have more than one. Okay, it can be 8, it can be 16, it can be 32, etc. You will be having more than one transmission line for the purpose of transmitting the data from sender to receiver. Okay, for example, here if I take the same example, hi, okay, I want to transmit 10101111. Okay, so how many bits I have? I have 8 bits. Okay, so at 1 second, let us assume 1 second, how many bits I can transmit? I can transmit 4 bits at a second. That means I can transmit 1111 in the first second, 4 bits transmitted. In the second second, I transmit 1010. Okay, so in the second second, I transmitted, okay, the next 4 bits. Okay, so if you compare serial transmission and parallel transmission, serial transmission takes lots and lots of time. How much time it took for transmission of 8 bits earlier? It took 8 seconds, let us assume. Okay. However, in parallel transmission, how much time it took? It took only 2 seconds for the purpose of transmitting the data between sender and receiver. Okay. So this is okay. So if you compare, which is faster? Parallel transmission is faster. Which is cheaper? Serial transmission is cheaper. Excuse me. Which transmission is used in longer distances? Always serial transmission is used in longer distances, and parallel transmission is used for shorter distances. Okay, if you open your study material, you have a difference between serial transmission and parallel transmission. If you open practice manual also, you have a difference between serial transmission and parallel transmission. So once you understand this particular topic, okay, what do you mean by serial transmission? Transmitting the data, okay, which will be having only one transmission medium. I can transmit only 1 bit at a time. So what do you mean by parallel transmission? Parallel transmission is nothing but you will be having more than one line. I can transmit more than 1 bit at a time. This is called as serial transmission, parallel transmission. Now let us go to types of serial transmission. Now we understood what is a serial transmission. Now let us take, okay, let us understand, okay, types of serial transmission. So how many types we have? We have 2 types. First one is called as asynchronous transmission. Second one is called as synchronous transmission. So how many types of transmission we have, sir? We have 2 types of transmission. First one is called as asynchronous transmission. Second is called as synchronous transmission. Okay? Now, based on what parameter you have to select either asynchronous or synchronous. Okay? It always depends on, okay, one particular parameter that is called as speeds. That is called as speed. Okay? Always it depends upon the speed. Okay? Now, if the devices are at different speeds, at that time I have to use asynchronous transmission. When do I use a synchronous transmission? If the devices are at same speed, at that time I have to use synchronous transmission. Now let us see how do we transmit the data in asynchronous transmission. So again, let us take a sender and let us take a receiver. Okay, so is it a serial transmission? Yes, it's a serial transmission. So how many transmission lines I'll be having? I'll be having a single transmission line. I'll be having a single transmission line. Okay, now let us see how the data will be transmitted using asynchronous transmission. Now this diagram is a standard diagram which is there in your study material. Okay, if they ask you this particular topic, asynchronous transmission, you are supposed to draw this particular diagram. Okay, now let us see how do I transmit the data, okay, in asynchronous mode. Okay, now let us say I have certain data. Okay, I have certain data. I want to transmit the data from sender to receiver. Okay, so what do you do? Okay, what I have to do? I cannot transmit the entire data between sender to receiver directly because the speeds of the devices are different. Okay, what do you mean by speeds of the devices are different? That means if the sender can transmit 100 bits per second, 100 bits per second, the receiver can receive only 50 bits per second. That means the devices are at different speed. So what will happen if I transmit 100 bits at a time? Okay, the receiver can receive only first 50 bits. The next 50 bits will be destroyed in the telecommunication network. That is the reason. Depending on the speeds of the devices, you have to transmit. Okay, so which transmission type I have to use? I have to use asynchronous transmission because the devices are at different speed. Okay. Now what I have to do? I have to convert this particular data into certain packet. Okay. What do you mean by packet? Packet is nothing but small subset of data. Okay. So what I did, I converted this particular data into packets. Okay. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. Like let us say I want to transmit hi, how are you? Okay. Hi is one packet, how is another packet, R is another packet, U is another packet. So how many packets we have? We have 4 packets. So instead of transmitting hi, how are you in single data, what do? I transmit hi as a one packet, how as a one packet, you as one packet, okay, how are you, okay, in each different packets I'll be transmitting the data. So if you see the packet, okay, each packet will be having a standard format, okay. So each packet should have a start bit. This is called as a start bit. And each packet should have an end bit. So how do I represent start bit? Start bit is represented by 0, end bit is represented by 1. Okay. Now inside this particular packet, I can transmit the data. Okay. Now what do? I transmit a single packet, I have to wait, okay, I have to maintain a gap, okay. So I transmitted a packet, I have to wait, okay, and after waiting, I have to place, okay, another packet, okay, like this, the transmission will happen. So if you see, okay, always you have to maintain gaps, okay. So why gaps are required? Gaps are required in order to make the receiver to take that particular data, okay. That is the reason always you have to maintain the gaps, okay. So this type of transmission is called as asynchronous transmission, okay. So what do you mean by asynchronous transmission? Simple, it's a one type of serial transmission. When do I use asynchronous transmission? When the devices are at different speed, at that time I have to use asynchronous transmission. How do I transmit the data? I take the data, I convert the data into packets, okay. Now each packet consists of a standard format, okay. What is a standard format? Okay, it consists of a start bit, it consists of an end bit. Now what is start bit? Start bit is represented by 0. What is end bit? End bit is represented by 1, okay. Now once a packet is transmitted, always you have to wait for some time, that is called as gap, okay. So this is how the transmission will happen. And why do you have to maintain the gap? Because the devices are at different speeds, okay. Now let us see the next one called as synchronous transmission. Now how do I transmit the data in synchronous transmission, and when do I use this synchronous transmission? Synchronous transmission is used when the devices are at same speed, okay. Now again, it's a type of serial transmission. Again you have a sender and receiver. How many transmission medium you should have? You should have a single transmission medium, okay. Now, because what do you mean by devices are at same speed? That means if I transmit 100 bits per second, the receiver can also receive 100 bits per second, okay. So that is called as, okay, speeds of the devices, okay. Now when the devices are at, okay, same speed, do I convert the data into packets? No need, okay. Now how do I transmit the data? The entire data is transmitted in a single frame, okay. It is called as a frame, okay. Now in this particular frame, you have bits called as sync bits, SYNC. It is called as sync bits, okay, like X, 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 Y, 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 okay. Now why do I require this particular sync bits? Sync bits are required in order to make the receiver understand what is the starting of the message, what is the ending of the message. If you remember, in the introduction, we studied components of telecommunication network. There, I defined what do you mean by a protocol. What do you mean by protocol? Protocol is nothing but it consists of set of rules, okay. So here the common protocol is, if the sender sends XXX, that means it is the starting of the message. If the sender sends, okay, YYY, it means it is the ending of the message. It is nothing but a common protocol, okay. So this type of transmission is called as synchronous transmission, okay. So this is the difference between asynchronous and synchronous transmission, okay. In asynchronous transmission, the data should be divided into packets. In synchronous transmission, the data will not be divided into packets. The entire data will be transmitted in a single frame, okay. So with this we are done with, okay, digital data transmission. So digital data transmission, how many types we have? We have two types. First one is called as a serial transmission, second is called as a parallel transmission. So what do you mean by serial transmission? You will be having only one transmission medium, you can transmit 1 bit per second. So what do you mean by parallel transmission? Parallel transmission is nothing but you have more than one line, okay, like 4, 8, 16, 32, etc. And you can transmit multiple bits at a time. That is parallel transmission. Now this particular serial transmission is further divided into two types. First one is called as asynchronous transmission. Second is called as synchronous transmission. Okay. Now how do I transmit the data in asynchronous transmission, and when I have to use this particular asynchronous transmission? Asynchronous transmission is used when, okay, the devices are at different speeds, okay. And how do I transmit the data? I take the data, I divide the data into packets, okay. Now each packet has a standard format, okay. Start, okay, it consists of start bit and end bit. How do I represent start bit? 0. How do I represent end bit? 1. Inside that particular packet you have data. Now once I transmit a packet, always you have to maintain gaps, okay. So this type of transmit is called as asynchronous transmission. Now what do you mean by synchronous transmission? When do I use synchronous transmission? Synchronous transmission is used when the devices are at same speed, okay. So when the devices are at same speed, do I have to divide the entire data into packets? Not required. The entire data will be transmitted in a single frame. And do I require start bit, end bit? No, okay. We require only sync bits, which will define what is the starting of the message, what is the ending of the message. So with this we have completed different types of serial transmission. So with this we are done with the concept called as digital data transmission. So we are done with digital data transmission. Now let us go to the most important topic, okay. Let us go to switching techniques, okay. So this is the end of part A, okay. So if you see chapter 3, we have 3 parts: part A, part B and part C, okay. So in part A we have completed most of the important topics. One of the important topic is, okay, switching networks, okay. Now we'll see what exactly is the switching network in the next video, okay.